Right, so it's been a while since I did this video. I've done this walk and talk video, which I really enjoy. Yeah, I mean, caught up with life and stuff. So this video is about fat loss and how to lose fat efficiently, without even actually do cardio. And I seriously think that calorie counting has been bullshit. It's like a lot of bullshit. So, if you are new to the channel, I am Nicholas, and in this channel I talk about wellness, I talk about self-improvement, fitness, and health. Yeah, so I am not your usual 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, 20-over-year-old doing YouTube videos. I am 41 years of age I went through ups and downs in terms of health and in terms of mental health. So I probably am one of the best person to speak to because I have a lot of experiences to share. Okay, anyway, back to the topic. So one simple tip, and I won't waste your time, one simple tip that you can lose weight without tracking your calories, because if you are new to this, a lot of health fitness influencers have been passing on this message of 1 gram of carb is equals to 4 grams of calories, 1 gram of fat is equals to 9 calories, kind of bullshit. And as long as you don't eat over your calories, you'll definitely lose weight. But that's not the fact, you see. A lot of our food that we have been eating these days have been heavily processed. If you look at your regular instant noodles, the list of the ingredient is like as long as a 16th century poem. So long. There are so many things. There are things that you don't even know what is. Imagine if I were to tell you that some of the ingredients inside are the same ingredients that is put into like your washing detergent. Will you still be putting it into your stomach? So don't fall for the as long as it fits your macro, you'll be on a calorie deficit kind of bullshit. If you look at me now, I'm about 72 kg. I've been lifting for about 4 years already. Yeah, 4 years already. And for the first about 1-2 years of my fitness journey, I was doing a lot of I went to the gym a lot. I was doing a lot of heavy lifting, weight supported, like chest supported machines, and I hit my protein intake of about 190 to 200 grams of protein per day. Yes, and there are times where I will have to chuck down like 2 or 3 scoops of protein powder mixed with water just to hit my non-existent protein intake. Okay, so anyway, back to the topic. The tip is don't be snacking, don't snack. Because when you snack, you raise your insulin level, you don't regulate your sugar level, and what happens is insulin is a hormone that actually helps you to store fat. Okay, that's number one. Number two, of course, the primary function of insulin is to transport glycogen to your cells so that your cells can use it for work, and especially your muscles, because that's where most of the glycogen are stored. So without insulin, they cannot tap into the glycogen will be in your blood sugar, unable to go into your muscles. That's why, and because of that, you will have like diabetes. Okay, this is all sciencey stuff, but to keep it short, insulin does 2 things. Insulin is to transport glycogen into your cells so that you can use it for energy, and for all the others, for other parts, it is also to store fat onto your liver. Okay, it's because fats are stored energy in that sense. Okay, so what happens if you keep raising up your insulin level? Your body will start to get very insensitive to insulin. So don't be snacking. Like literally, don't snack. That's the most dumbed down advice I can give to you. Don't snack. If you want to snack, eat like whole food, protein, like eggs. Eggs is the best. Eat eggs, and because you eat whole food, believe me, you will not get that. You will not get that carb crash. So eggs, don't snack. Do intermittent fasting. 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours without food, only water and a black coffee. If you want, don't overthink it, just drink a Diet Coke. Just drink Coke Zero because it helps you to reach through, it's fine. Okay, although I say that there's a lot of chemicals, but yeah, as long as it gets you through the fast. Okay, so as long as the drink has no calories, 0 calories, and it helps you to be in a fasting state, okay, go ahead and do it. Right? And then have like maybe 2 meals, only 2 meals a day. 2 meals a day and repeat the cycle. So be on like a 14-hour fast or 16-hour fast and only eat 8 hours. Okay, just by doing that, I probably lost like 10 over kg. And yeah, I lost about 10 over kg just doing intermittent fasting. I don't count my calories back then. I just eat whatever I want, kind of thing. Towards when I am at about 68 kg, yeah, that's how I lost my weight, 10 over kg. Okay, the next thing is when I was doing gym, I bulked up to about 75 kg. Okay, I was huge. I do have some muscle mass, but a lot of them is like, just fluffy, flabby meat kind of thing. So what happened was I went back to fasting again, and this is what I get. This is like 71 kg. You see the abs definition. Okay, if you look closely at my bicep, I do have some bicep striation. Okay, not here, but this one. This is here to see. Okay, kind of thing. I look more toned. Okay, in a layman term, I look more toned. So that's from fasting and eating whole food. So recently there's been like a huge debate on like you only need you need a lot of protein, you need very little protein, but actually everything is half truth. A lot of people are pushing the bullshit of like saying that you only need about 0.7 to 0.8 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which comes up to about maybe 100 grams of protein for a 70 over kg person. Okay, this is just half truth. Okay, this is bullshit. I call bullshit, and this is just half truth. Okay, number one, yes, you do not need a lot of protein. You do not need like 200 grams of protein for a 70 over kg person like me. That's true, you don't need it. And yes, you can have just very little protein, but you have to eat it with your fats. You have to eat it with healthy fats. What I mean by healthy fats are animal fats. So, because in the fats itself, animal fats, they have nutrients, they have vitamins that help you, that when you ingest it, it helps your body to use the protein more efficiently. So you do need the fats, and you don't need that much of protein because of that. So where do you get the fats? Okay, you can get it from like meat. Like instead of doing chicken breast, because chicken breast is very lean, you can have like chicken thighs instead. And eggs is the best because it's literally 1-to-1 in terms of 1-to-1. 1 gram of, there's 6 to 7 grams of protein and 6 to 7 grams of fats in total. It's like 1-to-1. So every egg that you get, you are essentially getting the same amount of fats. That's number one. Number two, it is basically a superfood. Okay, so a lot of bullshit I've been saying, like, you shouldn't eat more than 2 eggs per day. That's bullshit also. You can eat as many eggs as you want per day. Okay. So, and if you were to try, you can try it on your own. You can try it. You try having 10 eggs today. Okay, you try having 10 eggs. Okay, and you were to spot yourself tomorrow. You observe yourself tomorrow. I guarantee the moment you wake up, you will see a pleasant surprise already. Okay, yeah. So please don't fall for all the bullshit of like you can only have like no more than 1 egg per day. It's utter bullshit. It is the most nutritious food, and it's been propagated for us that eggs have been very unhealthy. Eggs is like literally the most healthy food that anybody can have. Alright? You think of it, okay? You think of it, that egg itself has everything nutritious for a chicken to grow. To put it simply. Because eggs turns into chicken, for those who don't know. Okay. So it is the most healthy food. So if you are already kind of like eating a lot of protein, try swapping out your protein source instead of protein powder, which has a lot of fillers. Okay, so the point of time where I have like six scoops of protein per day just to hit my like non-existent protein intake of like 180 and 190 grams of protein. Okay, I was fluffy as fuck. Okay, so swap out all your protein intake for good cut of meat, like good meat, like eggs, chicken thighs. The best is if you can get steak, you can get minced beef, and don't go for too lean, go for like minced with more fats. And I guarantee you, if you were to eat like this, your body will start to transform. And for carbs, if you're really into carbs, don't eat processed carbs. Okay, don't eat processed carbs. The carbs that you can eat, rice is good. Rice, if you can get brown rice, is even better. If not, just go for any kind of rice. Okay, very good source of carb. Right? Same thing. A lot of nonsense going around that's saying that rice will make you fat. Rice will make you fat. It's your lifestyle that makes you fat. If I for the past like maybe 1 year or so, I literally ate like 3 cups of rice per day. 3 cups, not when it's mashed, not when it's cooked, but raw cups of rice. There's a big pot of rice. I eat like a big pot of rice every day. Yeah, and that's the reason why I can move better, I can run better, I have a lot of energy throughout the day. So please, rice. Okay, if the next good carb source you can have is like bread, like sourdough bread with no gluten. Okay, because gluten, right? Because in most of the wheat product, okay, gluten it can't be digested. So what happens is when you actually ingest gluten into your body, okay, it will go into your gut. Okay, and what it does is, because it doesn't digest, it dissolves and digests, it will start to wear down your intestine and your gut. Okay, so yeah, that's when you have all your immune system issues coming up. So avoid gluten, avoid wheat. Sourdough is fine. I think probably sourdough is not the best, but so I will just not eat bread. Yeah. So yeah. So to sum it all up, do your intermittent fast and eat whole food. Okay, stop eating crap. Stop eating your Pringles, stop eating your Doritos. If you really, if you're in Singapore and you really love your, you can say that you love your char kway teow, you can't live without your char kway teow. Be in control. Eat it like maybe once a day. Once a week. That's fine. 80-20. Most of the time eat your healthy rice and meat, fruits. Oh yes, fruits. Okay, so you can have fruits also. Fruits is very good. Not fruit juice, but fruits. One of the good source of carbs. No fruit. Same thing. I don't know what's going on. A lot of naysayers like spreading it and saying that fruits are like, yeah, it's true that all the fruits that we have been eating now are kind of like processed, genetically processed in that sense. But you know, they are still like 100 times better than all the Doritos out there. All the Doritos and all the potato chips up there and all the snacks out there. Okay, at least it goes from the soil, it's natural source. An apple is just an apple. A pear is just a pear. Okay, if you don't overthink it. That's what it is. It is not like a bag of Doritos with like 1,001 unknown products inside. So yes, stay healthy, eat healthy. Okay, so to the next video, I'll see you then.